Hello and welcome to Teachings in Education. I am your narrator, Frank Avella. Here we're going to cover everything you ever needed to know about homework. We'll be covering several different topics, but right now I'm going to begin with the question of what is the overall purpose of assigning homework? There are several reasons to assign homework. One of those reasons being to refine the skills that were developed in class. Next, homework is also meant to extend learning. Teachers want students to think deeper and take their knowledge to the next level. This can be done by assigning work at home. Homework is also meant to prepare students for upcoming tests. Homework assignments can be as simple as asking students to study the textbook and turn in a study outline. Homework should rarely be graded, but teachers will assign problems for students as homework and then ask if they struggled on any of those problems as a sort of formative assessment.
And a great benefit from homework is that it develops responsibility in children.
And let's not forget that homework should reinforce concepts that are already learned during class time. Homework should not introduce new content. On to the next section, which is research related to homework. Now, although there is extensive research on homework, there is really no consensus on its effectiveness. One of the reasons that the research is inconclusive is because there are so many factors that go into a student's success or failure. It's hard to pin success or failure on just homework. There are also differences within grade levels. For example, assigning more homework for a high school level student leads to an increase in standardized testing scores. Increasing amounts of homework for elementary students and younger children actually leads to a decrease in their grades. Next, let's take a look at the amount of homework that should be assigned per grade level. Research recommends the following amount of homework be given out per grade, in minutes. So here we'll take a look at 1st grade, 3rd grade, 8th grade, and lastly, 12th grade. It's recommended that 1st graders get a total of 10 minutes of homework per day. 3rd graders should get about 30 minutes of homework. 8th graders should get about 80 minutes of homework per day. And by now you should recognize the pattern. 12th graders should get about 120 minutes of total homework. My wife thinks that's way too much. Anyway, a real quick note here. I'd like you to do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that like button as well. Let's get back to it, and we'll discuss the best ways to design homework for your students. For the younger students, teachers should use homework assignments that get the parents and guardians involved. Homework is meant to review, but it doesn't have to be boring. Teachers can assign engaging homework assignments, increasing the likelihood students actually do it. Let students apply the things they learned in class during their homework time. This helps to add purpose to the overall learning, and it gives meaning to class lessons. Homework should never be too difficult for students. It's meant to be achievable for all. Teachers should ask the students if they have any questions. Teachers need to understand that not all students have the same advantages at their homes. Some students can't afford internet access or don't have a quiet place to study. Here are some quick tips for the classroom teacher. The first tip is to be flexible. Students may forget every once in a while, or things at home come up. It's okay to give them an extra day. Teachers should rarely grade homework. We already have enough stuff to grade as a teacher anyway. Homework is meant for practice, not evaluation. You don't have to assign your students homework just to assign homework. Homework should be assigned only when needed. A great strategy is to give students a little bit of class time to complete their homework. This takes away from the excuse that they were too busy to do the work at home. If students are not doing their homework, contact the parents. They're in the best position to make sure that the children are doing the work. When students do their homework, be sure to reward them. Give them hundreds for doing their homework in the gradebook. You can get more creative too by giving reward points, using tickets, or other types of extrinsic reinforcements. Next, let's see some tips that students can use to successfully get their homework done. For students, it's good for them to have a set time for doing homework. For example, every day right after school or every day after dinner. When doing homework, students need to minimize their distractions. Put the cell phone away and just watch how much work gets done. A great strategy is for them to form study groups. This way friends can support each other and encourage each other to get the work done. Many students have busy lives, sports, jobs, chores, extracurricular activities, and more. Students may need to plan around their busy schedule. Another tip for students is to have resources available when doing homework. This means being prepared with pencils, paper, calculators, and have snacks around as well. Remind students that it's okay to ask questions about their work if they don't understand to the teacher. Teachers are always there to help. Students should have designated areas in their home called homework zones that are constantly quiet for them to do their work, although some students won't have this chance. Now, on to the last section of the video, which is the criticism of homework. Some of the criticism of homework is that students have rough lives at home. Some of them have to work, some don't have quiet places, and there are many reasons. The research does suggest that it creates a negative attitude for many students. Some students hate homework to the point where they act out about it. Teachers need to face the reality of the situation, which is that most students copy homework from their friends and their classmates. There is really no way to stop students from copying each other, as the teachers aren't there to monitor. Extracurricular activities have many positive effects on children. Some educators feel it's important to let their students focus on other things outside of school. And lastly, most students simply rush through the work because they know it isn't graded for accuracy, so they rush through the homework. Regardless, right now I want to say thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to that channel, hit that thumbs up button, and check the description for a lot of resources to my Teachers Pay Teachers store.